All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakurash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Achim, Wakwathin, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. All right, I just got another video of the Spirit, and based off of something that happened at work earlier. All right, one of my co-workers, apparently he must have made a challenge or a bet with our manager, the boss, that he could dismount some tires quicker than him. All right, and basically, when you look on semi trucks, the big old tires that's about the size of half your body. There's they don't just magic. They're not just born like that. All right, people have to actually force the rubber onto the metal wheel, and so it's a pretty rigorous and strenuous job. It ain't no hope. So they get started. Another Jake giving the countdown. And I don't know what they were betting for. I don't know if it was for money or more time on their break. But you best believe you already know who won. All right, Jake, my coworker. He absolutely obliterated our boss. The the manager, the Edomite Brian. He didn't even make it to the second tire. Jake was already on like the fifth one, busting and cranking. Matter of fact, when he got done, he just sat there with his hands crossed, staring at the manager while the manager was still trying to finish the ones he had left. All right, and so basically, the point of this video being, because afterwards, they shook hands or whatever, but the way that Jake was hitting them tires, basically he was out to prove that he was better than that Edomite. All right, and in this society today, you have a bunch of 9-to-5 workers, a bunch of people at the bottom of the totem poles who are forced to be in buildings with each other, with one overseer always treating them like doo-doo. All right, always thinking that oh, y'all just lazy, y'all just complaining. No, that devil found out. That job ain't no hope. That job ain't no easy pickings. All right, and I'm gonna start with this out of Job 20 and 22. All right, it's like I was saying, basically the average 9-to-5 worker, when this society goes to shit, they're gonna turn into, the Lord's gonna put the spirit on a lot of these regular everyday people to turn into ballistic killers. All right, you got coworkers that's just waiting to murk their boss. You got employees waiting to whack their fellow coworker and go run up in his house. All right, when this world comes to its close, when it's martial law, all right, when it's every man for themselves, the average person, the majority of people, a lot of people are going to be running around with their heads, are going to be running around like headless chickens. But you're going to have the other half of people that are going to be absolute beasts and demons out here in the streets. They've been bottling in all their hatred and all their anger every single day, every single shift, every single time, over every single hour of overtime. They're itching and waiting for the day to where they can overthrow everyone that they hate. All right, this is Job chapter 20 and verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, so when Esau Edom is about to establish his kingdom the way that he wants it, which he thinks he's about to do here in 2020, he thinks that, he's going to get, not saying that everything's going to end in 2020, but, he's doing what he has to set up his new world order. It says he shall be in straits. All right, he's going to be in a position of difficulty. It's not going to go according to plan. He's not going to reduce the population down to 500 million like how he wants to, according to the Georgia Guidestones. It says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right, and actually we're going to look at that word wicked. All right, and I'm going to put this screenshot up for everyone to see. That word there, wicked, in Job 20 and 22 is imal. It says laborer, sufferer, wretched one, a laborer, a workman, a sufferer, toiling, all right, which you see all throughout the society. You got the dude sweeping and mopping, getting talked on like shit. He go home, his woman talk on him like shit. All right, he out, his kids don't show him, oh man, Dad, I wish you worked a better job, Dad. You always come home, you stink sometimes, Dad. You got the guy who, he's just a plumber. Oh man, you got his wife. You need to do something better with yourself. You're just a stinking plumber. You're not even making all that types of money. You have all these laborers and people who they're not making 6 figures a year. All right, they're not driving or leasing new vehicles every couple years. They're at the bottom of the barrel. So what's going to happen when this society boils over? The Heavenly Father is going to put the Spirit on many of those people to release the inner beast. Those laborers and those sufferers are going to overtake Esau Edom. You're going to have his actual own people that are going to be coming up against the government. All right. And now this, when you see the laborer, because the main people keeping America afloat is the Israelites. All right. Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. All right. But even the heathens and other Edomites are going to jump in on destroying and bringing down the tops of society. They're going to have people literally going on a death hunt mission for their boss, on a death stalk mission for their coworker who called him a bitch, but he couldn't do nothing because he didn't want to lose his job. But since everything's thrown out the window, he's finna go get that blood. All right, because of things like this. Hey, this society, the bottom man gets treated like shit. So when all rules are taken out of society, what do you think they're gonna do? Like it tells you, and I'm gonna try to, we know all the, or I'm not gonna say that. Let me just get this. Let me get this real quick. Now this is according to the law. All right, one of the main reasons why the average 9 to 5 worker, or just a person who's getting their hands dirty, one of the major reasons why they're always pissed off every day is because of things like this. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 13. It says, "Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning." All right. The three, in today's society, Esau Edom society, you can get paid either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Depending on what is they call salary. You might get one big check a month, or you might get 2 checks a month, or you get paid 4 times a month, every Friday. That's super breaking the law. So now you have people. Not only are they not making as much money as they would like, but they have to somehow figure out how to always make their check stretch the next 7 days, or if they get paid bi-weekly, the next 14 days, or if they get paid once a month. Even those are usually for people that are, if you're getting paid once a month, that's usually a job that's paying well. Something like a doctor, or something like that. But even those people, they get put in situations where they're flat broke, and now they're out here scratching their head. So what type of spirit do you think is going to come upon them when it's all chaos and when it's all hell out here? They're going to go looking for revenge, for blood, for their boss that wrote them up, even though they was only 1.5 minutes late. When they asked, "Oh, could you just let me slide? I had to drop Billy off today. Get in the office. You're getting wrote up. I'm not trying to hear that." Hey, a good a good example to show you what I'm talking about. Go watch the movie, the Belko Experiment. Basically a bunch of coworkers, they got trapped into a building, and they were basically told they couldn't leave, and that's all they needed to hear. They were stuck in that building. So what do you think they started doing? They started, without spoiling too much of it, but they started going, anybody that had a beef with somebody, they was looking to settle it. All right, Mary wanted to take out Susan. Joe wanted to kill Bill. All right, Kevin wanted to take out wanted to take out Nick. All right, everybody was looking to do damage to everyone that had did them wrong. All right, all that pent up energy and hatred is going to be released here soon. And some of the number one people that's going to be out here acting crazy are the people who are forced to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not tame, but the people who had to always bite the dust, the people who are always at the butt of a joke. All right, the people who are serving water and wiping windows and down in the sewer cleaning shit or just swinging an axe. All right, all Northern Kingdom, all the bricklaying they do and construction they do, and they get treated like shit, the Lord's gonna put a spirit on certain Northern Kingdom. They're gonna be ripping and running up through Esau, Edom's neighborhoods, running up in them houses, the very houses that they built. You got certain people that work in the construction industry who, when they were building somebody's house, the motherfucker said something to them. And I've seen it. I've actually been on, when I was working this one job, delivering and installing stuff. I've been on the work sites where the actual people who paid for the house to get it built, they'll be assholes to the people building their house. And you best believe, in those days, those people's gonna come looking for him. That motherfucker, fucking gringo, he called me a stupid spick. I got his stupid spick. You know, he gonna come looking for him. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 25 and 4. Another reason why the laborer, the sufferer, all right, the workman, is going to be so anxious to rise up against those that are oppressing them is because another thing like this. Deuteronomy 25 and 4. It says, "Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn." All right, now this is physically talking about not putting a muzzle on our cattle animal or on our grazing animals, specifically the ox, when they're out there, you know, when we're using them for farming, you know, so they got to get their daily bread too. But this can be applied spiritually to trying to quell somebody's pay, all right, somebody's workload, all right. You know, brothers use this for many things, and what I'm pointing it to right now, when you get your paycheck, you don't even get your full daggone paycheck. You get a handicapped ass, beaten down ass paycheck. You may have put in 50 to 60 hours. All right, let's say total you worked and you were supposed to earn $1,500 after 50 to 60 hours. After that paycheck, you may only get back $900. Taxes is going to rip your check to pieces, and that's spiritually how they're muzzling the working class today. That's why the middle class is disappearing. There's too much going on. You're either poor or you're rich in America, or you're hanging by a effing thread, which most of us, Lord willing, you know, the hopeful elect in 1/3, we're just hanging by a thread. The Lord puts us in certain situations. You know, we have just enough of what we need. All right, as long as we're doing what we're supposed to do, we'll have a roof over our heads. All right, but that's how we're all living, as the term is, paycheck to paycheck. All right, and that's not that puts a horrific amount of stress on the average person. All right, you got your woman in your ear talking smack. You got kids that you got to feed, and you got a dude treating you like crap at work, doesn't appreciate you. Money you took out your check. You can't take a day off, otherwise you might get fired. People are gonna go banana nuts out here. Gonna go banana ape shit out here because of all these different stress factors in the regular work life. All right, now let me get this real quick. This is Amos chapter 9 and 13. You know, hey, this is another type of you know, shit hits the fan scenario type video. But, you know, I wanted to specifically reel in on the workforce. You know, hey, the job that I do, I do deliveries, so I get to go around to a lot of different places, and I'll be talking to people. And the spirit that's in the atmosphere is one of hatred for the people that's over you. Like the average worker, everybody hates their boss. Everyone hates their manager, the second in command, the guy at the top. Everyone hates the motherfuckers up front typing and pushing papers while all the workers are in the back sweating their balls off. So you best believe when this society, when all the laws are taken away, a lot of those people they're gonna go fulfill and purge, like the movie The Purge. All right, Amos 9 and 13, it says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt." So this is letting you know that the workers, the plowman, him that treadeth the grapes, they're going to overtake who? The reaper, the person whom it is given to. They're going to overtake, what does it say? Him that soweth seed. So basically the people that are at the bottom of society, they're going to overtake the people that are at the top. All right, here it is. for a car company, let's say the guy, let's say Ford, the actual Ford Automotive. You have some fat bastard CEO somewhere eating good, living good. This motherfucker ain't never even cranked a pallet jack. When you have all the actual workers in the workshops sweating their ass off, gotta meet this quota, gotta meet that quota, getting no sleep, up at 4 in the morning to go do a 12-hour rotating shift, no weekends. They're not at home a whole lot. What are you gonna? What do you think they're gonna go do when society crumbles? They're gonna go hunting. They're gonna go hunting for those people. Here it is. This dude ain't never dropped a ball of sweat in his life and is making more than what the average human being will ever make in their entire life. And this fool ain't even so much as ain't even never did a push up in their life. And you got the people at the bottom of the barrel breaking their back, lifting heavy shit, having to deal with people all day, giving them bad attitudes, and all they can do is suck it up and keep it pushing. All right, that's why it says, "And the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt." So the tops and the governments of this society is gonna melt. You're literally gonna see people chasing their boss down the street, killing them. All right, chasing one of their coworkers that was up above them that always treated them like shit, but they couldn't do nothing because if they tried to, they'd have got fired. All right, all the Esau Edom's whole society is gonna collapse in the worst way possible, and he deserves it because Esau created this environment. All right, he puts all this hell on everybody. So people are gonna push back at that hell. All right, the Heavenly Father. It's gonna be an amazing little. It's gonna be like a movie. You're gonna have the missiles are gonna come eventually. The mark of the beast is gonna be out. The famines, race wars. And then you're gonna have the class wars. So this would fall into a class war. All right. So actually, let me get this just to show you how when a person when a person of a higher position is always oppressing someone of a lower position. People, hey, people don't take kind of that. All right, they get up and they do something about it. And I'm getting a scripture out of the Salakia. Yeah, I'm getting the example out of the scriptures. All right, Salakia, an early example. This is, let me see. Yep, Exodus chapter 2, verse. Let me see. Perfect. Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens." So Moses, an Israelite, he went back. I won't say went back, Salakia. Because he was living up in the heights of society with the Egyptians. He was adopted, and he went out. He was like, "Damn, man, let me go." He's like, "Man, let me go look at them down there, man." He said, "And looked on their burdens. He seen them slaving and working, putting together them pyramids and whatnot. And he spied an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren. So he seen an overseer, an Egyptian, a Hamite, beating on one of his Hebrew Israelite brethren." Verse 12, "And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand." All right. So, hey, that shows you when you get oppressed, the proper spirit is to kick back against that oppression. And when you see one of your brethren getting oppressed, the proper spirit is to kick back against it. But this society is set up to where if you try anything like that, the police are going to be up your ass. All right. So everybody just has to get shitted on. Everybody just has to just get a big old plate and a knife and a fork and eat shit all day. All right. But soon it's going to happen. Hey, this society is going to get to the position where people are going to get up and they're going to slay those that are putting hell on them. They're going to slay those who they simply don't like. Like how Moses, he saw that Egyptian oppressing his brethren, so he went and ducked him off and dipped him in the sand. All right, he went and he's like, "You mother." He ran up. It don't say how specifically, but he probably took a weapon. He probably took a sword or took a rod. Ran up on him, cold. Bink, bopped him in the back of his head, and motherfucker hit the sand. He drug him off behind a corner somewhere, and kicked sand up on him, and probably told it tells you in the next verse. a situation that happened later. But he probably told him, he's like, look, man, get out of here. Don't tell nobody about this. Get out of here, man. Hey, and that's the spirit of revolting against oppression is boiling here in America. All right, and now I can end it with this in Second Esdras. I wasn't gonna get it at first, but I gotta get it, because it's prophecy's sake. Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 15. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." So the destruction draweth nigh. All right, the big final showdown that's about to happen, and it tells you one people shall stand up and fight against another. So that's race riots, race wars, but you can throw in class wars against in there too. You're gonna have dead ass homeless poor people hunting down middle class people that drove past them in their cars and didn't give them change. You're going to have dead ass homeless people hunting down the super rich. You're going to have middle class people hunting down the rich. And you're going to have middle class people hunting down the poor. All three classes and all the different nationalities are going to be going at each other's necks. All right, verse 16. "For there shall be sedition among men, a rebellion against government, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So people are going to kick in doors on people who they don't like, whom's guts they hate. All right, they're not going to care if you got kids or not. They're not going to care about the police anymore. All right, John, he's gonna make sure his boss Mike dies death by pain. All right, it says, "In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Hey, and so if some fools that got 2 guns, they're gonna be doing a certain amount of killing. Some fools gonna have 5 guns doing a certain amount of killing. Everyone's gonna be doing. Well, I won't say everyone. The people that aren't, because the elected 1/3, we're not really supposed to be partaking in all of that. If the Heavenly Father has it to where somebody comes at you and you got to defend yourself, do what you got to do. But these people, they're going to be the ones out here who's, it says, "In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So they're going to be out here going ham on each other. All right. So that's basically it for this video. I just wanted to touch on that. The average, and basically be careful of how you're treating people. Don't be, you can crack jokes with your friends at work and, people in the world, but don't be out here, dogging fools. People people remember shit. You get when things pop off. That dude you was talking all that smack on, he gonna be at your house with all his homies. "Yeah, nigga, you remember me? Yeah, nigga, you used to say I was always ugly at work. Yeah, I got you. I got your ugly." And you're gonna have a lot of people killing each other over something as simple as that. A coworker kept calling him ugly at work, so when martial law breaks out, they're gonna go kill him. All right. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem R'Chakorash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Achim. Walk with them, learning, teaching, in truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.